Welcome to my video on how to draw a scribble portrait using Derwent water-soluble graphite pencils. I'm also using a different sort of paper called Yupu or Yupu paper. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's written Y-U-P-O. I'm just trying out different techniques on different papers as part of my 30 Faces 30-day challenge. I'll put some details on that in the video description. Okay, so we have here our man. I'm going to do a scribble portrait today. I'm using these Derwent sketching pencils. They come in a pack like this. And the idea is they're water soluble. So there's 2 of each, medium wash, dark wash, light wash. I'm going to start off with a medium wash because why not? And I'm going to sort of try and do a scribble portrait today. But first I'm just going to mark out his features. He's quite round. His whole face is let's just mark that out actually. I like his whole face to be in. Okay. So we'll start off with his nose, which is sort of middle of the portrait really. So middle of the paper, let's do. Goes down. It's almost got a bit of a hook nose. So always look at so when you've got a profile like this, look at the negative space. So he's got a little bit of an eyebrow down here, just above that little curve. And that curve sort of goes up like that. The paper I'm using is some stuff from the SAA. It's like Yupu paper. Yupu. His beard comes out like that. That comes down like that. Look at this space here. Don't just look at where the line is, look at the space. So I'm just loosely going to map him out so that I've got an idea of where to start my scribbling. So you see here he's got his little eyebrow down here, but then this bit, the top of his eyebrow, is actually quite high. And it goes up quite high, quite quickly, and it goes down. And look at the angle between his nostril and the eye, sort of finishes here almost. So of all these portraits I've picked, it seems almost impossible to see where the eye is in the detail. So I'm just going to try and enlarge that on my screen. So his eye, that's his nostril, his eye actually, the curve of his eye starts about here where the curve is. Let's see, it goes down here, goes down here. Then there's a light, there's a sort of black. This carries on down here. There is a nice little white glint here, which it's going to be difficult to put in. I might try and add in that later. It goes down like that. That goes down like that. Okay. Usually you don't outline eyes, the bottom of eyes, but because this is a black and white and a quite atmospheric portrait, like you can see his eyelashes there, you see, and there's a little triangle. So bear in mind the shape of the triangle as well, like it goes shorter here and it's longer here. There's a white bit here, look at the white shapes as well. Right, I'm going to zoom back out again. Just sketching some of his hair. So his hair, she's the side of the paintbrush for this, just to, or the side of the pencil rather. So it goes down there. Right, finding his, like, people always tend to make like bring the ears a bit too close to the rest of the body, like the rest of the face. Ears are quite far away when you're looking at a profile point of view. Right, this is almost above the, just like the nostril length. So what I'm doing is like all these like mental calculations, like, and you might not see me doing them, but I'm sort of automatically kind of making them, and it comes with time and effort and practice. This doesn't come automatically, so it just requires, this is why this 30-day challenge is really good, because it means that, you know, you're getting this regular practice in. Right, so his beard comes out like that, and then he's got that lip. It seems to come down like that, and then he's got his beard again. And this is all really dark here. All really dark. Is like this. If you followed that cheek down, it almost sort of makes a sweeping curve and comes down here. So look at shapes like that when you're trying to work out where things go. He's got his neck, and his beard starts off a bit like that. I think his ear might be a little bit bigger. Right, so now I've got his ear in. I'm gonna just get in his hairline there, and it's higher than that. It sort of makes this kind of a shape. And it curves around, it doesn't go as circular as I had it earlier. Right. This follows down like that. So here we are with this sort of medium wash. I might just see, whilst I'm just testing these out again, let's see what the light wash is like. Like the light wash, it definitely does feel harder. The dark wash definitely does actually feel softer. There's not much difference between the medium wash and the dark wash. Anyway, I'm just going to scribble away on the really darkest bits. I'm just going to scribble away. And I'll show you what I'll do in a minute, because these are water soluble. I'm going to just wet the paintbrush and just try and get a little bit of depth in the colour. Got a bit of a Roman nose, like it's almost undetectable. This tiny little bump there. higher up than I've given him, actually. See, if I really apply the pressure, it goes a lot darker. I quite like that. Right, so I'm going to see what it's like when I apply the water now. Quite an interesting experiment because I've tried on, this is interesting paper to try with this. It's not guaranteed that it will work very well, but that's what this challenge is all about for me, just sort of experimentation and getting out of my comfort zone. And if you do the challenge, then you can obviously pick what you want to focus on yourselves. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. Doesn't, if you want to try this in watercolor or try a different prompt. This is profile. That's what this so the prompt is profile, and I'm trying to do sort of different either emotions every day, or just trying to get in some real let's see what happens when I apply a bit of water. I'm going to try two different things. I'm going to try with some alcohol. So this is it with water. It doesn't look like it's having a massive effect. But let's see what happens if I go back over. Yeah. Actually, if you go on wet, if it's wet already, it makes it a bit darker, more contrast. So actually, it's really dark under here, so I want to try and get as much sort of contrast as I can. So with this paper, it's a bit like Yapu paper. It doesn't sink in. Let's see what happens if I go over again with a paintbrush. Okay. And you know what I've also got? I've got this alcohol, neat alcohol. Just going to see what happens if I sort of daub on a bit in there. Oh, that's interesting. It does these little circles. Can you see? They're not dark enough. I'm going to see if I can get if I can get it really dark, then I might add those in properly later. The sort of the little alcohol dots. What we've got here is Right, now I've just dipped my pencil in water to see what happens. Oh, that's quite a good effect. That's quite good. So I discovered this technique ages ago, and it was because I saw this wonderful guy on Instagram called Vince Lowe, I think it is. I think his stuff's absolutely brilliant. He has like the most expressive portraits of people. Just going to do more of his eye there so I can get sort of try and capture more of his character. I'm going to zoom in on his eye again because you can't see very well from here. I want to make sure he's looking down. Hey Molly, so I've got the dog in here. She's found some of the cat's food. Okay, just gonna zoom back out of that. I'm just gonna see what happens if I actually try and use the alcohol and like spread the alcohol with a paintbrush. It sort of blurs the lines a bit, but not much. Sort of want to try something a bit like I want to add some sort of interesting effects. I've got this old paintbrush here. I've just wet it. I'm going to see what happens if I sort of. It's got a bit of yellow in it. Sorry. I wish I would remember to wash out my paintbrushes. Let's try again. This would have been an interesting experiment to try on normal paper, because I don't think with this paper that doesn't soak in much, this doesn't have the same effect that I thought it would. So I'm just keeping on building up layers. I want this to be really, really dark, so I'm going to try and build up that colour. I want this to be dark. This more goes out more like that, his tash. Got quite a dark under nose. Quite fun to use the side of this pencil. So I'm going for sort of larger scribbles for his hair, because they're because his hair is a little bit more like that. It's funny, if I leave it for a second or two, it seems to get, like, I'll leave it thinking, oh, that's quite nice and dark. And actually, it's not. I feel like there's something going wrong with his chin. His chin goes sort of down like that maybe, and then there's more of this sort of the hair there. It does go a bit darker here. I'm tempted to add in a bit more alcohol. It's not me being an alcoholic. I'm tempted to add it in terms of getting that effect, sort of the bubbles that I saw earlier, you know, when I dripped it on. But I don't think we're quite there yet. Let's see. Just put on the finger and flicked it. No, you can't see. Anyway, how's it looking? I might let's give it hair dry and see if I can add any more on. Okay. Ah, this is the light wash, that's why it's not working very well. Right, I'm going to use, where's the dark wash gone again? And I'm going to dip it in water. So I've got a friend who always jokes, he's German, he always jokes about water, how I say water. Every time I say water, it makes me think of him. Okay. I don't know, his eyes, there's something that's striking me that's not quite right with his eyes. Maybe just need to add a little bit of shadow there. It does have his eyelashes like that. And it does go down there and probably up a bit like that. Well, it's actually really difficult to load. Really, I want to go really, really dark, but I can't. And I've just broken the lead. I don't think I can go any darker than this. What I might do is take a picture of this, and then maybe I'll try again with a little bit of pen or something. Yeah, I think his hair comes out a little bit more like this and crazy. I think I'll just really try and, because if I go with the oh yeah, maybe if I sort of try a bit like that, I can get a bit more different sort of patterns, a bit more scribbly. Okay. Well, it's not too bad. I want to still get the I feel like his nose is somehow wrong. Well, that'll do maybe for the time being. I might add a bit of gel pen. Let's see what it looks like, because there's a bit of eye. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, well, it's frustrating with this. And what I might do another day is to try the same Scribble portrait, but do it on normal paper instead of this Yupo paper, because I cannot get as dark as I would like. I can't sort of match my darks. So we'll see how I get on next time. Meanwhile, thank you for following this. If you're interested in doing the 30-day, the 30 Faces 30-day challenge, you can find the prompts on my Facebook page, which is Sue Cooper Artist. There are also a number of photographic prompts that I've taken from Unsplash, including this one. So if you're interested, then do that. If you would like to do your own prompts, obviously your own photographs, then you can. No problem there. Yeah, so do let me know how you get on. Post your work on Instagram, and if you want some comments from me, then tag me and put up the hashtag 30 30 faces 30-day challenge, and then I will see them, and other people doing the challenge will see them as well. Okay, thank you very much.